We started in 2013. We're in our 4th year, so we're out of our terrible 3s, or horrible 3s, people, whatever they say. And, people always ask me the question, why did you start a film festival? Well, I guess first and foremost, I was a filmmaker, and I had a film that had some success, and I toured the world with it. I was in London and just all over. In fact, I screened it in New York in front of 15,000 people. And I don't know if I ever told you about this, and Hugh Jackman was with me on stage in front of 15,000 people, and we actually sang a song together. And looking out at that crowd of 15,000 people, I thought, gosh, wouldn't this be amazing to have a film festival in Portland like this? And I came back to town, met with a whole bunch of my friends, and we all came to the conclusion that Portland needs a different type of film festival. So that's what we did. We created one, and about 90 friends and myself put on the first festival. And there's 2 types of film festivals in this world, and I go to film festivals probably once a month. There's a film festival with the red rope, where you're not really able to go on the other side and meet people. And then there's film festivals that are a little bit more welcoming and opening. And I think we'd rather be the latter, where you can meet people. We've had tons of celebrities, of A-list filmmakers come to our festival. And the one thing that I love is that they've all been accessible, and people who have been interested in becoming filmmakers or learning more about the craft can find out pretty easily. So that's kind of a cool experience, I think. Obviously, our opening night films are going to be awesome. Are pretty well received. If you're a Parks and Rec fan, we have Jim O'Heir is coming with his film Middleman, which is seems like a really awesome film. It's about an accountant that wants to become a comedian, and then the whole shit hits the fan. I guess I can't really say that, I guess, in an interview. And then we have Wizard Mode, which is about a champion pinball wizard player who also has autism. In fact, he's a champion pinball player, I said, and he's going to be coming. So if you, I'm sure there's a lot of Portlanders that will be interested in that. We have Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong is in a new film, which I think is really interesting for the Oregon market. We just legalized marijuana, and this film is about a illegal grow operation that's trying to become legal. And a murder ends up happening, and things end up going wrong, and Cheech Marin is in that, which is great. And it's a world premiere, so it's never played anywhere else, which is kind of fun. We've just got so many different films that I think people will be interested in. There's kind of a quirky documentary that we've got called Gold Balls, which is about 80-year-old tennis players that are going for the championship of the senior tennis league, which is kind of fun. There's also another documentary which I think is kind of neat for people that are interested in the Studio 54 times, and there's a documentary about a photographer that hung out at Studio 54, which I think is pretty cool. There's just tons of films. I think every day there's 10 or 20 new films that you've never seen. And if you're a teacher, for example, there's a film called The Lesson, which plays, I believe, Wednesday night or Thursday night at 10. And it's about a teacher that has enough of his students being bad and ends up taking them hostage and showing them a new lesson plan. So it's kind of it's a little extreme, but I know there's a lot of teachers out there that probably wish they could do that. And you may not want to do it yourself, but you can at least watch it in the movies. I mean, it's cheaper than the regular theaters. It's about $10, and that covers movies pretty much throughout the whole festival. Opening night's $15, so it's a little bit more. If you want to go to the after party, I think it's like $20. So if you'd rather just get a pass, we have student and senior passes for, I believe, $99. We have industry passes for people that work in the industry for $109, and then I think all access passes are $180, and VIP, which gets you a free t-shirt and lunch and access to a little bit more things and no lines, is I think $340 or something. So it ends up being worth it if you plan on going to more than 5 or 6 different films. We've got about 120 films total. we got about 10 shorts blocks, and then we have about 54 features and another 8 tribute films, which are films from the past that have a certain significance to Portland. For example, we're screening Logan's Run with the author. William F. Nolan's coming, and he's going to talk about his film. We have Chuck Palahniuk's going to be talking about Choke, and also screening some trailers from Fight Club 2, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of, it's an anniversary this year for Stand By Me, for Short Circuit, a couple Portland, Oregon films, and we'll be screening them as well. Yeah, how do you cram 120 films in one theater over 8 days? Very carefully. In fact, we have about 15 to a half hour break between each film. But really, it's films from noon until midnight every day, which is awesome. And I think it's not done very frequently in Portland. And I think it just builds this huge and this amazing camaraderie. I mean, you can go and watch films and meet people and become best friends with them. And I think that's one thing that I really cherished at other festivals that I've gone to, is you make these interesting connections and you meet these people that hopefully become friends for life.